Yes, I'd like to say a few words about this important motion. I'd like to compliment the contributions from the members for Lindsay and Macquarie, who clearly understand the importance of cost of living pressures, not only on full pensioners but part pensioners and, of course, self-funded retirees. And it doesn't matter where you look over the period of the Abbott-Turnbull government, there's been one common theme: a concerted attack on the living standards of pensioners and self-funded retirees, and a failure to recognise the importance of dignity in retirement for people who've worked hard all of their life to make our country great. So today I want to talk on behalf of the 17,000 full and part-time pensioners in my electorate that have been short-changed and attacked year in, year out by the Liberals in this parliament. And of course Labor has been the party historically that has stood up for pensioners. We put in place the biggest single increase in the age pension in its history. We did that so people on the single pension didn't have to live in dire poverty. We put in place a scheme of compulsory superannuation which has produced a savings pool of $2 trillion, because we understand the importance of a self-funded system as well. But what we understand and those opposite don't understand is the intersection between superannuation savings on the one hand and the importance of being able to access the age pension, either in full or in part. But what we've seen under the Liberal governments has been an attack on the full age pension, an attempt to cut the indexation of the age pension by up to $80 a week over a decade, a massive attack on the living standards of many full pensioners but part pensioners with superannuation in savings as well. So we've seen them attack indexation of the age pension. We've seen them attack pensioner concessions to the tune of $1.3 billion. And now they are seeking to shortchange pensioners by failing to lower the deeming rate to reflect lower interest rates overall. And that failure to do that just shows you how sneaky those opposite are. They want to crib away at the incomes of people who are on part pensions. And that's why they want to make this sneaky, under-the-radar attempt to once again cut the income of full pensioners and part pensioners who have a modest level of savings. And remember this, in this low-interest rate environment, income from a given level of savings is now far less than it was 5 years ago and a decade ago. So many people on what it may appear to be substantial assets are receiving little income. And this government is out there ripping away the little income they are receiving from those assets. And that's why the deeming rate is so important. For a single-age pensioner on a full pension of around $20,000 with modest assets, failure to adjust the deeming rate means they could lose around $1,000 a year, $1,000 a year in pension income. Now, meanwhile, the government sits there and waves through massive tax avoidance by so-called respectable companies such as BHP. Under this government, millions of pensioners and part pensioners get their income cut, while multinational companies get a tax cut. So that's the priorities of those opposite, attacking the incomes of those who've worked hard all of their lives by sneaky measures like this through their failure to adjust the deeming rates. And that is why this motion is so important today. Those opposite couldn't even marshal a speaker's list on something that is so important to the living standards of millions of Australians. They couldn't even get a speaker's list together. So there are a lot of people who are a lot worse off as a result of the Social Security Minister's refusal to adjust the deeming rate. And this is not a mistake. He's not that stupid. He knows exactly what he is doing, by stealth, reducing the private income of people on some of the lowest incomes in our community. And of course this comes on top of the attempt to cut the base rate of pension by $80. This is a government that is strong in attacking the weak and very, very weak in supporting the sort of measures that need to be taken against multinational tax evaders and all of those who deserve to pay.